Okay,
yeah.
so I like it when you said when you mentioned about you had to learn from scratch, right?
Mm,
So how did you cope with it, like as a younger generation, and you had to learn from the very start? And obviously, in the corporate world, we do have seniors, we do have managers who's going to
right.
like teach us something and how to go through. And how did you actually cope with it?
Right. So there's a lot of patience involved. And
Mm-hmm.
when I say patience, it's not fully on patience with your managers or with whoever is tutoring you or teaching you. I think what's most important is to be patient with yourself,
That's
because
true.
it is so easy to give up. And I'm not talking just about employment. I'm talking about everything else in life. It's much
In
easier to
general.
give up than to actually try to succeed, right? So you just have to pretty much remind yourself every day that this is a learning curve, and you won't be successful. You won't be the top dog in your company within one day or even a week. It'll take years. And you might not see the progression from a day-to-day basis, but possibly I can tell you now from 3 years, 4 years now going on, when I look back in hindsight, I realize, okay, I've actually gone a very long way. And still I do feel like I'm not fully where I want to be. And
God, I
there's
love that kind
so
of
there's so
feelings.
many more things that I want to learn as well.
Yeah, I mean like uh I don't know if this is appropriate things to say, but it's just like when we made a mistake, right? It is okay to make a mistake because it's part of
Correct.
learning. It's part of the
Correct.
learning journey. And just take it as it like you're learning and you're going to develop yourself into becoming a better person.
Correct. Correct.
So,
I agree.
yep. And I'm 100% agree with you as well. Okay, so moving on to the next question. What were your initial expectation of the job market and how did those expectations compare to your actual experience?
Right. So,
Obviously, I might have to jump in. Like, obviously, when we were like first going for an interview, like searching for a job, and we're like, we're putting high expectations to ourselves because, like, well, we're young. We always see to ourselves that, okay, I
correct.
can do this. This is easy, but it's not
Yeah,
what we're thinking it is.
correct. So
So, what was
it's
yours?
I would say when I first came back from graduating, right, I've always had the notion where people say it's hard for fresh graduates to get a job nowadays. The job market is tight and whatnot. But from my own personal experience, maybe I'm a bit lucky enough. I'm a bit lucky, but I wouldn't say that that's the full case, because at the end of the day, it's not as if you were to graduate, you will be confirmed into an employment job. At the end of the day, it must be a mutual agreement of the individual and the employer as well, of
True.
them wanting to hire you and you wanting or willing to work with them. So it's understandably, if people think of the job market to be that way, maybe employers are just a bit picky, which is understandably so, I would say. But what I have to say to that is just to mainly just believe in yourself and just keep trying on applying. There will be someone out there who would actually listen and would want to bring you into the company. And whenever
Putting a lot
someone
of
lands a
efforts
job,
to something.
correct. And whenever someone lands a job, it's not like they only applied to one job and got it. They've probably applied to
Exactly.
hundreds of it.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm actually quite surprised. Like, have you seen the very recent videos on TikTok? Like, this particular person applied for at least 150 jobs and all of it got rejected. But then he still keep on going until
Correct.
now. He he's brilliant now.
Correct. 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 Even when I was applying,
He's living his dream life at the moment, actually.
oh, that's great. That's great.
I know.
So yeah, I would say do not be fully demotivated if they do not end up choosing you. You could look at it in a way that you say, "Oh my God, I'm a failure." You could look at it that way, and I can't fully blame you because we're all humans. You feel what you feel, and it's all valid. But you need to try to tell yourself maybe it's their loss for not getting
It's
you.
their loss,
And
and there's something better awaiting for you.
correct, correct.
I
Everything is
must say
planned in
that.
our life. Yeah.
Hmm.
And at the end of the day, you have to believe in your own capability. You know where you are, you know your own standards, And you should never let anyone or any individual or any organization or any party tell you otherwise.
Okay, I concur with that part. All right, so lastly, you ready?
Sure, go ahead, shoot.
Okay. So, what advice would you give to recent graduates or younger generation, people like us who are about to start their job search and about to start their employment?
Right. I think most of it has been covered in what I've said before, but just to reiterate, is to just not give up. Because I know at the end of the day, we all want a job, we all want income, money is great, we all want an employment. And even if you do not get it from a certain individual or organization, it's okay. You should keep trying, be it
Mm-hmm.
within the same organization, within the same role, within a different organization, or within any other company as well. And one more thing, one advice that I would really give, which I think I haven't heard, I wish I knew earlier, was that do not limit yourself. When I say do not limit yourself, that is you
God,
could take it in many ways.
I heard that a lot actually, but
Okay.
I'm still trying to emphasize it to myself. Like, what is the actual meaning behind of it?
Right. You could take it. I mean, there's multiple ways you can take it. One, you could say that stop limiting yourself because sometimes people are a bit picky of what they want. Understandably so. But but you have to understand by doing that, you are making your sample size smaller. Do not limit yourself to what you
I
want and do not
agree.
limit
Yeah,
yourself, especially to your educational background, because we have been so tailored to the idea of from primary school, your results will dictate where you go to secondary, and that will dictate your future
SPM.
SPM and whatnot. It'll dictate your college and what you learn and whatnot. And you might have learned the same thing or within the same field throughout your whole educational background. But once you jump into the job world, I can tell you now, there is no assurance that you will be working based on your educational background. One thing
That's
I would
true.
like to say, a wise man once told me, um, a degree or a diploma or a certification of education does not fully show how good you are
You are.
technically within that field. It shows how much you are willing to learn
Who's
in
this wise
general.
man?
I mean, it's a bit shy to say, but it's one of my favorite YouTubers.
Okay, I thought if it's like a close relative to you, I might have get him to be my advisor.
Unfortunately, no, man. It's a big YouTuber in UK. So
All right,
because
I
if to give an understanding, for instance, right, just to look back to my own even educational background, I, to be completely honest with you, I studied economics. So that's within the realms of business, finance, commerce, and whatnot, as you get it. But now I'm doing IT. So even when I finished graduating SPM and whatnot, I had zero knowledge of economics. I did not take any economics lessons or classes or even subjects within my primary and secondary school, but I still got the results I wanted studying economics. So it shows the willingness to learn a completely new subject or new thing, which understandably translates to your job employment.
that's true, that's true. I 100% with you at this point right now. All right, so Ame, so that's all for our chat today. It has been really lovely and it's very insightful to hear about your experience coming from a fresh graduates to the employment market, right? And
Right.
I'm happy that you're willing to share your openness and also again your experience and I really appreciate that and also I would love to thank you and Archie Bahari team also would love to extend their gratitude and appreciate you also again. How why am I speaking gratitude and telling gratitude a lot? Oh my God. But yeah, thank you very much for today, Amir.
All right, no problem, man. Thank you so much also for this opportunity for an interview as well.
Yep, lovely. And I wish you all the best and good luck, Amir.
You too, man. You too. Thank you.
All right, brilliant.